Hi, welcome to episode 49 of Here's What I Watched. In this episode, I want to talk about the Jennifer Lawrence movie, No Hard Feelings. I like this movie quite a bit, and I do recommend it. It's not the funniest movie that I've ever seen, but it did succeed in making me laugh out loud a few times, which is more than I can say for most comedies I've seen these days. And it is a comedy. It's not really a romantic comedy. It's not really the raunchy sex comedy that it was marketed as either. I mean, there are lots of references made to sex in the movie, and there are some attempts made at having sex in the movie, but nothing I would really call a full-blown sex scene. There is a bit of nudity in the movie, but it's there more to be shocking than it is to be sexy, and it's played up more for laughs than anything. The premise of the movie is that a very wealthy married couple that's very overprotective of their son hires a 32-year-old woman to date their 19-year-old son to try to get him to come out of this shell before he goes off to college. And they very clearly want her to have sex with him, but again, it's not really a sex comedy. Most of the laughs comes from, there are some good lines, there are some good visual gags, there's some physical comedy, and the kid is ultimately a really sweet guy who doesn't want to have sex with somebody he doesn't really know, so it makes it really tough for her to stick to the plan. But it's not just comedy, there are some sweeter moments too. Probably the best scene in the whole movie is when the two of them are on a date at a fancy restaurant and she gets him to play a song for her on the piano that's there. It gets off to a little bit of a rough start, but it ends up being probably the best cover of Maneater that I've ever heard in my entire life. She's great in the scene too. There's so much she says just with her face. You see so many different emotions on her face, and you see the moment that she realizes that the lyrics of the song actually describe her pretty well, maybe a little too well. It's an absolutely wonderful scene, and everything that comes after that never really comes quite close to being that good, and the movie gets a little bit lost here and there, but overall it does work well enough that I would absolutely recommend it.